I know, I'm thinking. What's moving?
Oh, you can
You can move one stick. I was thinking of doing.
You can't take one matchstick and break it. You're not allowed to bend matchsticks and snap them. You're only allowed to move one matchstick into a new position, and then you've got to make that sentence true.
You can't. You can't break a matchstick. You just.
No.
Just take one out of the
One.
Oh, I know.
Well, then do it. If you know, do it.
Wait, no, I don't.
Yeah, I was just thinking that too. And I would need two men. I got it. I'm not telling.
I never had to show off. You're making me feel bad.
Okay, I got it.
Good morning, everyone. We are about to begin our morning announcement.
So we'll keep thinking. I'm going to mute. So.
Okay.
Please stand for
Okay, we have a few ideas.
Oh, that's what I like to hear.
So we're going to start with Samantha. Samantha, really loud. Tell us in fact, come up here because your voice isn't going to be. Go ahead, really loud. Oh, stand there.
2 equals 4 minus 2.
That's what I did.
Well done. So let me draw that for you. Let's just do that on the screen. That was well spotted. So basically what you said, so you took the equal sign here, you took one of them away, and you placed it over here to make it 2 is equal to 4 minus 2.
Yes.
And that is first answer correct. Well done.
So did someone have it? Snabby, did you have a different answer? So does anyone have another answer? So you're telling us there's another way to do this.
Correction. From Mrs. Topel's class,
Find another
Emma,
way.
Anthony, and Fardil, please return to your classroom. Thank you.
Any ideas of another method? Can I give you a hint?
Sure.
Right now, that sentence is true, but maybe we can make it untrue.
Oh!
Oh. Oh.
I was going to take.
That's a good one. We don't really know untruths.
Yeah, do you take the minus?
Go ahead. Take the minus and what?
Crops it, the.
No, we can't take the minus away because then we won't have a sign.
We need the minus there.
Anything. Take anything. Because anything you take from anywhere would make this not equal. How do you make a not equal sign? You put a, right. Go ahead, Jeremy.
You take a rod from the floor and you put it down.
So take the rod from the, take a stick from the floor.
Well, we've got our girls from Durban joining us finally.
Hello, Steve. We've joined you just not too long before people have to go.
That's okay. And we've got Miss Parisi's class in the USA as well that have joined us. We were just trying to work out our problem with the matrix. I don't know if we did that one last week with you guys, but I'm going to draw it on the screen for those of you who didn't see, and then I'll give you a brain teaser that both classes can try and solve. Here we go. So we have 11 matchsticks, and the 11 matchsticks, they make a sum of 2 minus 4 is equal to 2, and you are only allowed to move one matchstick, and you've got to try and make that sentence true. The first solution that Miss Parisi's class came up with was you take one of the matchsticks from the equal sign, and you make it 2 is equal to 4 minus 2, and that was correct. Another solution that they suggested in her class was that we take 2 minus 1, 2, 3, we remove one of the ones from the 4, and we put it through the equal sign to say that 2 minus 3 is not equal to 2. You get that?
It's not equal.
And
That's
now
what
here,
not equal.
correct, not equal. And now here's an interesting one that one of my students came up with. They said
It makes it a
11.
correct.
Correct.
We're
11.
having a little debate here about whether or not that makes a correct sentence. As long as you say not equal, then it's a correct sentence. Right?
Okay. And girls in Durban, are you following that? Yep. Okay, they are following it. Okay, great. So now what you'll notice here is one of the students said, why don't we make it 11 minus 4 is equal to, and they took the one matchstick and placed it like that on the other one, and 11 minus 4 is equal to 7.
Oh.
I thought that was thinking outside of the box, which is pretty cool. And then another student came up with this one.
Two
They said
matchsticks.
11 minus
Is it?
1, and then they took one of the matchsticks and did that.
They just took it.
Oh wow, it looked like a 4.
So those two
11 minus.
made the plus sign.
Is that right?
11 minus 1 plus 1 is equal to
10 plus 1.
No. they took the two matrices here and they made a plus sign.
11 minus 1.
Oh!
And down.
Plus 1 is equal to 11.
Why do you keep giving us that?
What's 2?
So that's
No, we said,
11 minus 1. 10 plus 1 is 11.
I just took one of the 4 and turned it sideways.
11 minus 100.
okay, so now I'm going to give you guys all the brain teaser that both classes can do, and then we'll see if we can match.
Can we
the
just
widths.
say hi to the other class? Who is the other class?
Absolutely. So Sally, would you like to introduce yourself in the class?
Okay, yeah, sure. We keep seeing the other, we miss your board. We keep not seeing your board. We're seeing the other class. Okay, now we see you. Okay, we've got Mel and Michaela next to her. Where's Michaela? And then we've got Siona and Jenna. And then this side we've got
All right.
Shannon
That's
and
me.
Kiara and Wonga.
And where are you, Sally?
And we're Durban Girls College in Durban. And some of our girls have had to leave.
Durban. Where is Durban? Sorry.
Where is
Durban?
Durban? Come on, girls, where's Durban?
Africa.
Okay, right, Jenna, where exactly?
Where are they?
In South Africa. Durban, South Africa.
Africa, in South Africa, in KwaZulu-Natal, in Durban, in Musgrave Road, on the coast.
Now, if
Which
you were
coast?
looking at a map, of South Africa, where about on the map?
Okay, Shannon. Shannon's got a little comment on that.
East Coast Radio.
East Coast.
So, for some reason, I keep taking pictures. I'm not sure how to turn my camera off. Sorry about that.
No, I'm taking the pictures.
Oh. So, we are a 5th grade class on Long Island, New York, USA. And
Okay.
we're also on the East Coast, but we're on the East Coast of the United States.
So you're
And is it
almost
pretty
neighbors.
warm where you are now?
Yeah, it's 82 degrees today.
That's a good 30, 27 degrees.
What's that in centigrade?
It's about 27, 28 degrees.
Well, I think in Durban at the moment it's probably about 24 degrees centigrade.
Wow.
And we're in the middle of winter.
Yeah. Today we're on 19 and it's pouring with rain.
We are in we're coming into summer. We have 8 more days of school.
Okay, we also have 8 more days of school, but I'm going to show you a picture outside our window. Can you see anything outside our window?
Okay, you have to talk so we can see your picture. So,
Can you see it?
yes.
That is a beautiful winter's day in Durban.
Well, if it were winter here, we would be showing you snow.
You're very lucky that you get the snow. Okay, so now I'm going to give you guys a brain teaser that both classes are going to try and chew on, and hopefully it'll be a decent one. I'm going to write this on the whiteboard again, so hopefully you guys will be able to see it. Let me go to share screen, go to whiteboard, and let me quickly clear that one.
Boys and
Okay.
girls, I'm going to explain to you how Google Hangout works. Whoever talks, their picture goes into the screen. So every time you talk, all they see is you. So, shh.
Right. What do you notice? We have 2 numbers. We have 1689 and we have 6891. Can you all see that? Okay. Now, this happened to be Susan's favorite numbers. She loves 1689 and she loves 6891. And there happened to be a relationship between the two of them. And we want to find out, are there any other numbers that have the same relationship that Susan might like? And here is a choice. Would she like 1981 and 1891? Or would she prefer 19 and 91, sorry? 19 and 91? Or would you prefer 119891 and 116611? Which of these A, B, on the fact that she likes these two numbers? Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Right, go figure out a relationship between the numbers that she likes.
Okay. Right. You got it already?
Okay, wave goodbye to Steve, Shannon.
Okay, we have someone who got it already, but she's not talking.
Oh, I see someone putting her hand up in New York. She thinks she sees something.
Keep losing your way.
Bye, Shannon.
You see the problem. What?
Have they got an answer?
Anyone got an answer?
And while you're busy solving this, just to let you know that tonight I'm going to be interviewing a journalist at 6 p.m. South African time. That is in approximately, no, not tonight, tomorrow night. That's in about 3 hours from, no, 2 hours and 45 minutes from now. So it'll be the same time tomorrow, but 2 hours and 45 minutes later. And she goes into all the war zones. And we're going to find out why on earth someone would go to places like Ukraine and Yugoslavia and where they are throwing bombs and doing all those sorts of things. And she's going to chat to us and tell us about all of her adventures. So if you'd like to watch the actual interview live, you can watch it on YouTube, and the link will be on our website on livingmaths.com. But I'll send you it in the chat so you can copy it down in case you've got some time to watch it.
Recorded?
It is, so you can watch it at a later stage as well.
Right, Sayone, you've got an answer. Hang on, wait. Sayone
Okay,
thinks
so
she has...
Samantha. Yeah, we have Samantha thinks she has an answer too.
Okay, so Samantha's got an answer and someone in Durban's got an answer. So let's go to New York and let's see who's got an answer there first.
Come on up, nice and loud. Oh, look at the board. Yeah, there we go. Why do you think it's C?
Because if you flip,
Yell.
if you flip the numbers upside down, they become the same number.
Ah, and let's hear what they have to say in Durban. Durban, do you agree with that? What do you say?
If you flip the numbers they're upside down, they don't become the same number.
Come up, Sayone, come up.
You see what I'm saying? Like if we flip 1689 upside down, it doesn't become 6891. It's flipped and backwards, is that what you're saying? Yeah, it's flipped and, so it's turned and, okay, sorry, go ahead.
Oops, I lost.
So Derbs, what do you think?
Okay, Sayone, what do you
Mine
say?
is that this lady only likes numbers that start and end with 1.
She only likes numbers that start and end with 1.
Then she would like
Interesting. Then exactly, she would like them all.
But you got to say which one she likes out of A, B, or C.
But now B, she can't because it starts with a 1 and ends in a 9. So then she wouldn't want B.
You think you have it?
Yeah.
Okay, we have someone else who thinks they have it.
Okay?
I think it's B because
It's what?
B because in the top one, when you flip it around, they only move the 1 to the back, and in B, they also move the 1 to the back. When you,
So we're only moving one digit.
yeah,
And in B, we're only moving one digit.
yeah.
Interesting. Now, what I find fascinating is that when I give this problem to all my different classes, there is a different interpretation to flipping a number and doing something else to the number. So think about what else you could do to that number, but you are on the right track.
So Samantha said on it's C because we are flipping the number right to left and top to bottom.
So you're saying that if we flip the number from right to left, it'll become 11, 9, 8, 9, 11, and then you flip it over, it's going to become 11, 6, 8, 6. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
And if we did that with 1981, if we wrote it backwards, it would be 1891, and if you flipped it over, it would be 1861. Is that correct?
Correct.
So that can't work. And if we took the first one, it would be 9861, and if you turn it upside down, you'll get 6891. Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh, Sally says that she keeps losing the screen with the picture. So what you can do is you can just click on the actual little mini screen, and then it'll stay on your screen as long as you keep selecting it. But when someone speaks, it automatically puts up their screen.
Okay. All right. So if I just click, I've got to keep clicking on it, eh?
Yeah, just click on the little mini window. Yeah.
Oh, you.
Okay. So I would agree with the comment that I heard. But the big question is, there is this thing in mathematics that we call rotation. And when you take a number, like, and let me just go over here and see if I can do it. If you take this number and you rotate it, going like this, clockwise, what will happen? Spin it like a wheel.
Okay. Write down the 189, write it down on this paper, then turn your page around, half a circle. What do you get?
Correct.
See?
So girls in Durban and kids in New York, if you notice, what you effectively were doing was that you were rotating your picture and
you actually correct for a different reason. So we're trying to figure this out. What you're saying is just take the number, the digit.
If you take the full number, in fact, let me write it for you, and I will try and actually,
full number. Yeah.
And I'll rotate it for you. Okay, the full number.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do.
You've done that here. There's.
I'm going to
You see, girls, you write the number. Turn your page around.
Let me just take the new. Save it. Don't save. Okay. So if I take, for example, this, and I go 1681. Okay, let's just make it larger so that you can all see it.
I don't know. Emmett.
Let's see. Is it going bigger? Okay, can you all see that?
Yes. Okay.
1681. Now what I'm going to do, if I can select it, I'm going to attempt to rotate it. If all goes well, I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees, and then I'm going to rotate it another 90 degrees, and we get 1891. As opposed to taking that same number, 1681. Let's try that again. Let's just rotate it again. And where's the rotate button? Okay, and now if I flip it, I'm going to try and flip it vertically. Notice what happens.
Down's the wrong way around.
The nine's the wrong way around.
What's the number? We've been given? 1, 6, 9, 1. Was that what it was?
It was 1681, I think. 1861, I think. Let me just double check. I've got it here on the screen. It is 1981 and 1689 and 6891.
1689. So we have it. We can have it
I took,
like this.
yeah, I took the wrong number. Let me try it again.
So what you're saying, I just want to see if we understand that. What you're saying is it couldn't be just flipped side to side and top to bottom, because then the number would be backwards.
Well, let's just test it out. Here's 1689, and then we're going to put here next to it, we're going to put 6891. Okay? And now I'm going to rotate this 90 degrees twice, which means I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees. So if I rotate it 180 degrees, what happens? We get 1981. 1689, is that correct?
Yes.
Look, girls, I can see what number is
And then
it?
we get 6891. So is that the same as the first two numbers?
Yes.
Correct. Now, if we had to undo that, won't let me undo it, so I'll just rotate it again, another 180. Okay, now I'm going to take those same numbers and I'm going to flip them vertically. So let's put them, we're going to flip it vertically. Ready? So now they flip the piece of paper over. And look what happens.
We don't have numbers anymore.
Well, the numbers
9 and the 6 are wrong.
very unusual. Can you see that the 9 is backwards? And then if you write them, then you take the digits and you write them backwards. You're still going to have a problem with the 9.
This would be like this.
Does that make sense?
Okay, it works, Steve.
If we
Yep.
so it's really
And what I like about these ones is that you have to experiment. You've actually got to take the piece of paper and you've got to turn it around. Sometimes people put on transparencies and they flip the transparency and they look through the transparency. That also helps a little bit to understand it.
That was fun. That was hard.
Was that a tough one? Have you got time for a quick one?
One more.
Okay, Steve, we need to go. Our
You
end.
guys have got to go. All right. So thank you, Sally. But
Yeah,
maybe next week, are we still on?
Yes, we are. I'm sorry about the connection this week. We really are having a lot of problems with our internet at school. And in fact, what I'm doing now is I'm bringing my own puzzles to do with the girls while we wait to try and get connected.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Okay, thanks so much.
Well, thank you, girls in Durban. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, New York.
Bye.
Cool. And for the children in New York, you're going to love this one. An adventurer or an explorer, he is halfway up a mountain when he wasn't concentrating and he slipped and lost his grip. And after he slipped, a few seconds later, he was on the top of the mountain. If he was halfway up the mountain, how is it possible that after slipping, he could be at the top of the mountain?
It's not even hard. Okay, Jeremy, go ahead. Say that really loud.
You're going to have to repeat what he said?
So what he said was it was an iceberg, and when he slipped, he fell into the water and then ended up at the bottom of the iceberg.
No, but he ended up at the top of the mountain.
But the bottom of the iceberg would be at the top of a mountain.
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, he was climbing a mountain, and he slipped, and he landed on top of the mountain. How is that possible? And he didn't have any rocket thrusters or any parachutes on his back.
Okay, Deb, you think you have it?
He got back up on a ski lift.
No, he landed at the top of the mountain.
Oh, he did.
Okay, Okay, Aiden, go ahead.
I think that you over to here.
How? Oh. This isn't
What
a
did Aiden say?
Zero gravity!
Okay, Dylan.
The bottom of the mountain so we went down and shot him back up.
Okay, the bottom of the mountain was curved, so when he went down, it shot him back up.
I'm not sure what kind of mountains and curved mountains you've been playing on, but I don't think it's going to shoot you up to the top of the mountain.
Okay, so this is not, because we're coming up with ideas like he jumped out of a spaceship, he was in a helicopter. This is not anything like that, correct?
Well, not entirely, but I will say this. You're making assumptions about the mountain.
He's an alien!
So what can you say about the mountain?
Well, if you can think about the location of the mountain, the answer will be very clear. It's a regular mountain. It's not a volcano. A regular mountain.
So was it a zero gravity planet?
It was on Earth, and no zero gravity.
He's an alien!
So I'm thinking then it's,
Hang on. Volcano!
okay, Jeremy, go ahead.
He fell off the mountain and then he fell into the valley, and there was like a small hill in the valley, so he fell on the top of
So he fell off the top of a mountain onto another top of another mountain.
The same mountain.
So is it possible that it was a volcano and what he really did was fall through the center of the earth and come out on the other side?
No, not that. Not that. Can I give you a hint?
Yes, give us a hint.
People were talking about gravity. So you were saying that if you were in a situation of no gravity, you would kind of float to the top. Maybe apply that in a different environment.
I totally got it.
It was underwater.
Say that, Dylan.
It was underwater.
Correct. In fact, some of the tallest mountains in the world are still underwater. And he was halfway up the mountain while he was under the water. He lost his grip and he floated to the top.
He floated to the top of the
Is that a sneaky one?
Yeah, we're debating that one right now.
Why are you debating it? And this is what I love about these questions, because they are open to debate.
You started at the or maybe he started at the top, climbing down, and then lost his grip and floated back up.
And then went back up again.
All right.
The moral of the story is you shouldn't go climbing mountains underwater.
All right. Do you have one more quick one for us? Because then we have to go.
I do. Okay. Let's see if I've got a piece of paper, and I'm going to show you something very cool. Must be one in here. Here we go. I have over here a piece of paper. Can you see it? Yes. It's all crumpled up. I'm going to take this piece of paper and I'm going to make a hole through the paper. Can you see the hole?
Yes.
Right, I'll make it a little bit wider. You can all see that?
Yes.
Do you think I can poke my head through this hole? My actual head. Do you think I can? Do you think I can poke my head through that hole without breaking the paper?
Out ripping. Wait, are you allowed to cut the paper?
No. Right now, as it is, I bet you I can poke my head through the hole.
Okay, we want to see you.
And you can try this on your moms and dads today when you go home. You can take them a bet that you poke your head through a hole in the paper. And they go, it's impossible. You go, watch this. I'll do it this way. I'll put my finger through, and I'm going to poke my head through the hole.
Oh.
I'm poking my head through the paper.
Hole in the
I'm
paper.
poking my head through the paper.
That was good. Thank you so much. We are so
Thank
happy
you.
with that. I
And
saw-
if you are here, if you are there in class next week, Wednesday, same time, you're doing another session with Sally and the girls, you're
we
welcome to join
actually
us as well.
are graduating next Wednesday. That's our graduation ceremony, so we're not
What
in
would you
the...
prefer, to graduate or come to brain teaser session?
We, we can't do it on Wednesday. If you're around Thursday, Friday, we're still here.
Okay, maybe we'll catch you then on next week on those days. All right. Good luck for your
Bye.
graduation. Bye-bye.
Bye.